Alright, your next comedian is really good. You guys start clapping right now. Just start clapping. Everybody do a little bit. Keep it going. Give it up for Ethan F.
Alright, thank you everybody who's still here tonight. I know it's past y'all's bedtimes. I appreciate it. I have a duo of stories for you tonight about monkeys. I hope you're prepared. They both involve jobs that I used to have, so I'm sorry about that, but it's a theme. A long time ago, a place far, far away, I used to have this lab tech job, which was boring, and I'm not going to tell you about it. But down the hall from me, there were some people working on simian immunodeficiency virus, henceforth monkey AIDS. And so they had these little cute, fluffy monkeys, and they would give them monkey AIDS, and they would wait until they got sick and died, or they had to be put down, and then they would just lop their heads off and put it in the freezer. Because you got your brain tissue, but you got some skin, you got some blood, you got some muscle, everything you could need, all in this little ball. And the project was, by the time I started, was winding down. And so one day they were like, well, what are we going to do with the freezer full of monkey heads? Well, we have this high school intern who's really excited and thinks this is going to get him into med school. And it's like Friday afternoon, but we'll just have him clean out the freezer and sterilize them all in the autoclave, which is like a giant pressure cooker you could like fit a body in. And then put them in the dumpster, like you do with your monkey heads. And so they leave this kid alone, and he's like, man, I have places to go. I'm just assuming he was like, they told me it'll take a couple of rounds, but fuck it, I'm just gonna pack this thing full. And not realizing that monkey heads, much like, say, cinnamon buns, expand when you cook them. He was supposed to pop them first, but he didn't. He just fucking shoved that thing full of monkey heads. And so, like 20 minutes later, they clogged the steam pipe and they set off an alarm. And so the kid's freaking out, and what am I gonna do? And he opens the door, and out comes this cascade of monkey AIDS infected monkey heads. And it just pours, like half frozen on the inside, cooked on the outside, knee deep. And I'm reconstructing the rest of the story because at this point I happen to be walking by and I look into the like dishwashing room and I see this kid, like knee deep in monkey heads, and I'm like, watch. Five, and I'm just I'm gonna back away slowly. I'm gonna leave out the other door, and I don't know what happened. So the second story was I used to do grunt work for rainforest ecology on this island in Central America, and my buddy Steve was a primatologist there, and he'd spent like months following those two monkeys around every day. Spider monkeys about yay big. Getting up at like the crack of dawn, following them around all day, wait till they go to sleep, he'd go home, crash, wake up before dawn the next morning before they got up, track back out there, follow them around. Which was cool until one day he was hanging out on the ground with his binoculars, and the alpha female comes shooting down the tree and kind of walks up near him and presents, as they put it. And he's like, oh, hey, how's it? Yeah, that's cool. I have a girlfriend back home, and I appreciate it, but I have to go. And she was not. She kind of backed up. Right? And he backed away, and she hit him really, really hard. As monkeys are wont to do when you disappoint them. And then the next day it happened again. And again. And so I ran into him, and he's like, I don't know what to do. I've spent like years working on building their trust, and if the alpha female turns against me, like she can turn the whole troop against me, and then I have to start over, and I don't have time to start over. I've got to finish my dissertation. I've got to graduate. Like, man, that sucks. what am I gonna, I don't know. I study trees, dude. He's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm not fucking that monkey. It's cool. Nobody said you were. I'm not fucking that monkey. And a few more days go by. I said, I'm not fucking that monkey. I know, man. Nobody said you were. And he's like, well, wait a minute. Like, I'm not like a high-ranking male in their troop. So maybe this is like a pity thing? Fuck language, fuck culture, I've discovered pity sex. Like cross-species pity sex in monkeys. This could be my thing. And then like 2 days later he's like, I don't want to be the monkey pity fuck guy. I changed my mind, I don't know what to do with my monkey. And I wish that I had like a good end to the story for you guys, but I don't, because one day he just stopped talking about it. Like, hey, how'd the monkey thing go? How'd you ever solve it? Worked himself out. Yeah, no problem. It just went away. And so like instead of being like a story with a climax and a punchline, instead it just like hung out in the back of my mind and become like this weird metaphor for like work-life balance. And like one time when my boss was like, yeah, you know, we can't pay you overtime, but if you could just stay for like an extra hour or two at the end of every day, it would really help you get ahead. And I thought about it, and I was like, oh, yeah, I could use a promotion like that. And then I was like, no, what the fuck am I thinking? And I looked and went, nope, I'm not fucking that monkey. I walked away. That's it. Good night.